Hello everyone, thanks so much for joining the Stitch Together community group on Facebook. Amazing to see so many people join up overnight, which was incredible. My name is Caris and I work as a professional hand embroiderer. So that basically means that I stitch for a living, so that involves teaching workshops, creating bespoke works of art, stitching on wedding dresses, etc, etc. And I just wanted to create this Stitch Together community group just to provide a platform for kids and for adults, whoever's interested, to kind of learn a new skill together, to share ideas, share designs, and to hopefully spread a little bit of joy. So that is essentially what this is. I'll share a bit more information about how the project's going to work. So I'm going to be sharing videos, daily videos on Facebook and YouTube. The reason I've chosen Facebook purely is just because I have a lot of following on Facebook and I thought it was a good platform to spread the word. Also, I want to create a place where kids can share images of their work and ask questions, and I just felt like Facebook was a good safe place to do that. I know that a lot of parents have Facebook, so you guys can monitor what's going on and all that jazz. So how the project's going to work is I'm going to post short daily YouTube tutorials, video tutorials about how to work through an embroidery project. I've got a few designs lined up for you to work on, or you can create your own. And what I was hoping is that once we've all created our embroidery designs, that we can then post them or send them off to people we know or people who are currently at home who might need a little bit of a pick-me-up, and just to sort of spread a little bit of joy around. So that part is optional, but I think that would be really lovely. I'm going to run through a list of materials you will need to join in. And then after I've uploaded this video, I'll also upload an image with links to places where you can buy all this stuff, places where you can buy online. So without further ado, first things first, an embroidery hoop. So I always teach with an embroidery hoop, and that is just because it helps the stitches lay a bit flatter, helps you see what you're doing more. And this is what they look like. You can buy them in Hobbycraft, or Stitch Happy has a load on her website. I would recommend getting either 5, 6 or 7 inch hoop. 5 inch is perfect for anyone with tiny hands, and I think this one is a 6 inch, so you can see the difference. And obviously the bigger you go, the more space you have to fill. So just consider that when you're buying. Okay, next thing, you will need some fabric. Okay, so a plain cotton fabric will do, or a linen. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. All I would say is that it's not too thick. Anything the thickness of denim jeans is probably too thick. Just maybe stay clear of silk. I think that's a bit too thin. But I always recommend sort of the size, the thickness of a pillowcase is kind of what you want to go for, that sort of fabric. Again, cotton or linen is fine, and you can pick this up in most haberdasheries. And Stitch Happy also has some, Hobbycraft has some as well. Next thing, needles. So I always teach, just going to get it, with a number 7 embroidery needle. Don't know if you can see that. Just put that there. That might be worse. These have a gold eye, and that just makes them slightly easier to see. You can buy these off John James Needles. I have quite good eyesight, so I always start with the number 7, and I find if people are struggling, then we tend to move on to a number 3, which is just that bit bigger. With embroidery needles, it doesn't make sense, but basically the bigger the number, the smaller the needle. Okay, so 7 is sort of standard, 9 is really small, and then 3 is quite big. So just have a look online, see what you can find. And then the next thing is scissors. So these are embroidery scissors, and they are much sharper than paper scissors. So just have a look in your house and just see what scissors you've got and see if they're sharp enough to cut thread, cut fabric. if they're not sharp enough, you'll probably find it quite hard. I'm just trying to look for my other pair. Bear with. So these are my fabric scissors. They're not essential. You can cut fabric with embroidery scissors and vice versa. You can cut thread with these, but ideally at least one of these pairs would be grand. Great thing to have. And then finally, thread. So I'm going to be teaching with cotton embroidery thread, which looks like this. You can get this in Hobbycraft. It comes in all sorts of colours. So just pick a mix. Get a good amount, maybe get a few, just an assortment of colours. They also sometimes come on cards like this, which are fine to use. You can use wool as well if you want, but just make sure that whatever thread you're using fits through your needle, because we don't want to create obstacles before we've even begun. So yeah, one last thing, sharp pencil. This is going to be important for drawing on our designs. So yeah, I hope that's helped. I'll share a little graphic now with places where you can shop and buy all this stuff. Just a rundown of what's needed. And yeah, really excited. Hope to see you all on Monday. I'll probably post out the videos at 9 AM and I'll mix them up. So I'll do some stitch videos and then every now and again I'll add in a question and answer video so you can get help with any questions you have whilst going along. So really excited to share this with you guys. Thanks so much for joining and I'll see you on Monday.